it's not so
yeah,
bad.
it's part of the
It's
guitar.
lost in the music.
Not like a harpsichord, but the guitar is a noisy instrument.
Yes.
You know, and so that's one of those things when recording a solo acoustic guitar piece with nothing else in there to mask it is there's a lot of noise involved. You know,
It's pretty amazing when you listen back to a recording. It can be a little unnerving because we're used to hearing it acoustically. We're hearing it behind the guitar,
Right.
So you're not hearing some of the stuff that's coming out front.
Yeah.
And then you put a really sensitive pair of mics in front of you, and you listen back, and you go, "Wow, was I making all that right?"
yeah. Was I breathing that loud?
Oh, breathing, big
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
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 My first CD that I did quite a few years ago now has a lot of breathing on it, and you know, you can decide if that's good or bad. It's like
Yeah.
real. It's like you're right there.
I've been playing, or a few months ago I got on a kick playing a bunch of old lute albums, Julian Bream albums and Walter Gerbig albums and stuff like that. Some of these were recorded like in the 50s, you know, and you absolutely hear...
Well, you know, the jazz guys, Herb Ellis, he sings along.
You'll hear him
so
humming,
you hear him grunting and humming along.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny because he's not really on pitch, you know. He's
Right.
playing these
Yeah.
melodies, he's just
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Just Renborn does that. There's all kinds of times when, mostly live, I'll hear him. You know, I've got some recordings of he and I playing, and he'll be playing like a little, you know, it's like he wrote this little running commentary of what he thinks of how he's doing.
Usually for the stuff that I'm doing, you know, where I'm really trying to emphasize the sound of the guitar, I don't want to hear myself breathing.
Yeah.
I worry about, you know, squeaks on my pants
the chair
or the
even.
chair.
Yeah.
So recording is an interesting experience. There are ways you can deal with some of that stuff. There's some cool software out these days that will remove some noise. I even have a tune that I finally got a decent take, and right at the end, my cat meowed right on the tail. I was able to remove that.
Wow.
I took out the meow. And then...
Are you sure it wouldn't have been better to have left it in?
I felt
Because it
bad
sounded like
about
some
it.
artistic...
Yeah, I felt bad about it. Put it back in. Like I was editing out an important part of our life out of the
Exactly.
music,
You know, it's like the baby crying or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, I know it should be in there. So, yeah, with a lot of stuff that I shoot here, there's so much street noise and things going on because that's
Just let it go.
You know,
Sure.
and yeah, it's you know, it wouldn't be okay for recording an album, but for what I'm always trying to do here, which was instructional stuff, you know, and in like a real lesson, there's all kinds
It's like
of
theater.
interruptions. Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I just have to get in my head that, you know, I'm not making movies here. I'm not, or as my father-in-law used to say when we were slapping together a fence or something, I said, do we have to get this, we got to like get the level out? He goes, no, we ain't building no pianos. Okay, got it, Pop.
Well, noise is just a fact of life these days, unfortunately. I mean, even professional studios these days, I think, have to deal with an airplane going overhead.
Yeah.
And again, unless it's a rock band where they're just going to drown it out.
Yeah.
If you're doing something really delicate, whether it's a solo vocal overdub or a violin or guitar, even in a professional studio, there may be a moment where you stop and wait for the plane to go overhead.
Yeah.
Because they can't really isolate it. And in a home environment,
Yeah.
noise is just, whether it's the kids yelling
Yeah.
or the TV on or the air conditioning kicking in or
Right.
something, that's just a fact of life.
Yeah.